Morning as well, and all eyes are on Giants running back Saquon Barkley as we wait to see if he'll be suiting up this weekend against the Vikings. With more, here's our very own Kim Jones.
Good morning, Kay. On Thursday, Saquon Barkley was back on the practice field again. Once again, he worked on the side with trainers, but he said he was able to run full speed and cut a little bit more than he did on Wednesday. Saquon Barkley loves to play football and wants to be out there Sunday when the Giants take on the Vikings. But he said he's not going to argue if and when the training staff has a longer time frame.
I want to say I'm going to fight it. I keep saying, like I said, we have a great team on the field and great coaches on the field, and we have a great team off the field. And I trust their decision. They've been doing a great job for me with rehab and, just being honest and just being open with me. And like I said, whatever they would like me to do, I'm willing to do. But I'm always a competitor. I'm always going to do whatever it takes to help my team win. And if they feel like that's not this Sunday, then it's not that Sunday.
I think it's important to note here that nothing Saquon Barkley does surprises those who know him best. I communicated Thursday with Penn State coach James Franklin. When Saquon was a freshman at Penn State, he missed 2 games with a high ankle sprain and returned to run for 194 yards against Ohio State. Now he's down a similar path. Franklin told me 2 things about Barkley. Everything he does is faster and quicker than most human beings. Healing is too. Franklin also said Saquon will do everything in terms of rehab to give him the best chance possible. The Giants are seeing that now.
Appreciate it. Kim Jones, his former teammate at Penn State, now rookie for the Eagles. Miles Sanders was on our show echoing that same sentiment, basically calling him superhuman in his recovery and the way he approaches rehab and all things football. So let's hit a mad minute here. 60 seconds on the clock. Schrags, Vikings, Giants at MetLife. What do you got?
I look at the Saquon story, and it's fun to get excited about, but it's a long season, and you've got a Thursday night game right afterwards. So would it be wise to trot out Saquon if he's not 100%? I would say don't use Saquon this week. Save him for the Patriots game. Ooh. Thursday night football. Break him out then, and then you get the full Saquon experience. I love the fact he's working out, but for this one, I think the Giants can beat the Vikings without Saquon. That's how good the Giants are playing right now, and credit to their defense. James Betcher got this house in order after 2 horrendous weeks, and they had a bad first half against the Buccaneers. They've been really, really good the last 5 halves of football. Giants can beat the Vikings without Saquon.
Kyle, what was that face you gave Sugar when he said that?
I was a bold take. I liked it. Peter doesn't believe in the power of vibranium, which is how Saquon is getting right. I actually, speaking of getting right, I think this is the get-right week for the Vikings. Too talented going against the 25th-ranked pass defense. I think Thielen and Cousins will get right, as well as Diggs and Cousins. I think it's a big day and a blowout win for the Vikings.
The last couple of weeks, Danny Dimes has been having a golden moment, and it's fitting because Golden Tate is back. So I want to see what Golden Tate is like playing with my guy Daniel Jones.
We're excited to see Golden Tate back and in a new uniform.
He's always going to give us something.
Let's do one more. Patriots, Redskins on Sunday. Should the opponent play a factor when deciding whether or not to roll out the rookie again, Kyle?
Okay, I feel strongly against this. If you want to play Dwayne Haskins as your best quarterback, it doesn't matter if it's the Dolphins or the Patriots or the Crimson Tide. It doesn't matter. You play him. But he's been a little cagey. Jay Gruden's still not saying it's going to be as if they're going to spring the Patriots for some kind of surprise. Oh, it's Colt. We have no idea. How are we going to prepare for Colt? I think the Patriots are going to win this game by 30 points.
Kyle, you spent this summer teaching your son Calvin how to ride a bike, right?
I did.
When he fell down, what did you tell him?
Said, get back up, kid.
Okay, then. We'll get back on that bike. Dwayne Haskins, go out there and play. There's no point in telling him to lick his wounds and sit off in the cut while everybody else is riding their bike. The only way that he can gain experience is getting back on that bike, whether that's success or him going out there, throwing interceptions and learning from his mistakes.
I don't know anything about this right now because I don't think the players even know, and I don't think Colt McCoy will probably start that game.
Yeah?
I think Colt McCoy is starting that game.
Wow.
That's how I see this. The way you would have said Haskins on Monday.
No
okay,
doubt. Right.
Colt McCoy is going to start
If
this
Colt
game.
struggles and they want to take him out, what do you put in Haskins? You put in Case?
Put in Haskins.
You put in Haskins?
Let's go. Colt McCoy will start that
And then
game.
does Colt start against the Dolphins?
You would have said on Tuesday, Haskins is our guy. Colt McCoy starting.
Cruising the streets of Westchester now? No training wheels, no nothing?
Picking up girls on the pegs and everything.
There we go. Colts, Chiefs facing off in Arrowhead this weekend. Schrags, what would it take for the Colts to pull off the upset here?
A healthy Colts team. Last year they had all their pieces, and they went into Arrowhead and lost in a playoff game, but they played well. They were in that game. Right now, that Colts team is so banged up. What am I getting without T.Y. Hilton? What am I getting? Is Marlon Mack on the Darius Leonard might play, might not. The Colts, until they are fully the Colts, I don't think they can keep up with this Chiefs team that is just red hot.
I want to see if Pat Mahomes can play from behind. And what I mean by that, not in the scoreboard, but in the MVP race.
Ooh.
First time in his career, it seems like Pat Mahomes has been dethroned as the best quarterback in football. And I'm not being Mr. Hot Take. Just look at the numbers. Russell Wilson is playing better than Pat Mahomes. Last week, Pat Mahomes had to hand the ball off to get in the end zone. Let's see what he plays like now, because since he's been in the league or since he's been playing, he's been running away from the competition. Not so much with Russell Wilson playing well.
It is funny. Like, we are all really hyping Russell Wilson this morning because he deserves it after last night. You get the impression that Mahomes might just be...
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 8 touchdowns. That's how you do it. Wow. I think the Colts have a really, really tough day. They may have to go with a running back named Jordan Wilkins. Peter from?
NC State?
Ole Miss. Sorry, but that's my point.
Naheem Hines is NC State.
I know.
We'll be back with more highlights for you on this Friday. We'll get you a headline.